walking through obedience, which trumps everything else.
Yeah.
What's been some of the success keys that you would point to get to where you've got today in your role as a professional in digital strategy and in your walk with Jesus? What are some of those non-negotiable keys of success for you that's just made all the difference?
I think it's to master both the language of the Chaldeans and the language of God.
Yeah.
So most of us are either or. So we either master the language of the Chaldeans, which is, the marketplace best practices, the strategies, and all those things, and neglect the language of God, or we're so churchy and we're so Bible and we think the world is evil.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, one of my key heroes is Daniel, the prophet Daniel. And that's because, he mastered the language of the Chaldeans and the language of God. And the important thing is to always do both, to always be updated on everything that's going on in the world, but at the same time embracing scripture.
Yeah. So what does that practically look like for you?
It means that I go very in depth, like how I go into scripture and basically God reveals, when I do my daily devotion, God reveals to me strategic frameworks from within the Bible.
Yeah.
So that's, the language of God and everything. So it's actually translating, like everything's integrated anyway.
Yeah.
But when it comes to marketing, when it comes to business and everything, how I learn is very different, because I learn from the best. I learn from people whose like sole specialty is that one, because there's many facets to marketing. Yes, SEO, email, there's, persuasion, copywriting. So I learn from the best, and I learn to take what they're doing and integrate it into the whole of whatever I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that's actually what I do from a practical standpoint.
And so I would say you apply that to both. The language of God, you learn from the best. You go direct to the Bible. And he's,
The Bible,
yes. and then God himself is giving you strategic downloads that apply to your business. It's fully integrated. And then secondly, you learn from the best and what you call the language of the Chaldeans in your space, in your lane. You find out who is the best at that, and then you learn from them. What are they doing, how they're doing it. But what I'm hearing you say is you translate, you've got this foundation of the voice of God that actually translates what you're hearing, and then you assimilate the two together. I think the third thing is, which I know about you, is actually you are being discipled. Yeah. How important is that, of having wise counselors, of having someone discipling or mentoring you in regard to kingdom and business and calling, and very much what you've said is navigating both, so that you actually you don't become the Ishmael, as in, so you stay on track and don't woo, your wife's great, but her voice in your life only goes so far. Sometimes you need a baseball bat.
Yes. So for me, I do surround myself with accountability, not as much as I would like to. So especially during COVID, basically it's just, sometimes you just lose touch because you can't see them, right? I hate Zoom generally, so I'm a people person. So I think for me, there's two, again, there's attention, as our mutual friend Andrew said, the truth is in attention. The tension is, yes, there are mentors and disciplers and everything, but the tension is also, can you be a self-starter? Do you have a vision over your own life?
Yeah.
I find that mentoring and coaching and all those and accountability comes a lot easier when you have a vision.
Yeah. You're already got momentum.
Yes. If you're a reed, then the discipling, may help you, it may not help you. It's just going to be a lot more work.
Yeah.
So when I got discipled, basically I already have a vision over my life. I was rough around the edges and all those things, but I already have a vision, I have a trajectory. And because the other thing about mentors and coaches is not all of them are cut from the same cloth. You need to be careful about who you let into your life as well. And discernment is a product of experience. And it's a product of the awareness that you know your trajectory.
Yeah.
So if you don't know your trajectory, then you don't know what kind of mentors and coaches are right for you.
Yeah.
But when you know, okay, this is my trajectory, then, you know, I want to be mentored and surrounded by the top kingdom business people in the world, because that's my trajectory. That's where I want to go. Then it just fits.